Mic check, mic check. What's going on, world? You already know who it is. It's your boy SB, and we back with another episode of the Roll Up Podcast. It's technically episode 11 of season 4. I literally posted on Facebook the other day that it's crazy that I started this journey back in 2010, and to be where I am right now, season 4 of the Roll Up Podcast, man, it's awesome. It's an awesome feeling. The consistency has brought me back to a place where I haven't been in a long time. And I gotta thank you all for making that possible. I thank each and every one of you. Like I say every episode, I appreciate each and every one of you for y'all continuous support. I appreciate the likes, shares, posts, all that, man. It really means a lot that y'all helping me push the campaign to another level. So we're going to get there by the end of the year. I can guarantee you that. So I would like to extend the invitation, if you haven't done so already, to make sure you check out the Roll Up Podcast via Instagram and Threads. You can also check out the SauceBradyExperience.com. That's the official hub of the Roll Up Podcast. Everything that I'm working on, I got like maybe 9-10 projects that I'm working on right now, all at the same time. The Sauce Brady Experience is where you can stay up to date on the haps on all of those. My first book titled Here's the Truth is out now via Amazon and Barnes & Noble. I just had an idea a couple weeks ago, and I really tapped in on that idea again yesterday. So if you haven't got the book, I'm going to actually turn each chapter into an episode here in the near future. So y'all make sure y'all be on the lookout for that. My second book titled You Deserve Better is also on the way. So y'all also be on the lookout for that one as well. Again, I like to encourage each and every one of y'all to like, comment, and subscribe to the campaign. The next 45 people to subscribe to the campaign via Spotify will receive a 30% discount at the Sauce Factory. You'll also receive a free version of my PDF version of my book, of Here's the Truth. So y'all already know I like to mess around, man. I like to get into it. Today's episode was inspired by Post Malone song titled Too Young. Shout out to my dog Post Malone. Shout out to my dog Good Job First. Excellent record. I'm pretty sure you heard it. But if you haven't, listen before you listen to this episode, pause it, go listen to the song, and then come back. So, as always, y'all know I like to start off with a quote. But I'm going to start off with the definition of inspiration for today's episode. And the definition for inspiration is the process of being mentally stimulated to do or feel something, especially to do something creative. Writing is an art form that I cherish because it's one of the best ways I can say what's on my mind without taking the breath. It's a way for me to express my feelings, and it's a pretty effective way for me to relieve stress. Even though my mind is always running at 200 miles an hour and I'm ready to put my thoughts down on paper, well, I guess you could say the notepad on my laptop and on my phone, I often have these mental blocks that kill my thought process. When this happens, I usually step back away from my computer. I play a few good records to get the creativity flowing, and eventually the thoughts will come to mind, and I proceed to let my fingers run free. Another way that I get inspiration is through movies. I love all genres of movies, from sports, action, to chick flicks. I get an overall thrill from watching movies. When I watch them, I tend to find a character that I can relate to, and I incorporate my life to the storyline of the movie. For example, one of my favorite movies of all time is The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith. I've seen that movie 150,000 times, and each time I watch it like I've never seen it before. And really comparing my grind, my journey, where I've been to where I'm going to become a globally known writer, I still manage to always find inspiration from that movie. Not saying that finding inspiration is always that easy, but there are signs all around us. Signs that we acknowledge, but because we've completely revolutionized procrastination, we never come back around to it. It's kind of like driving a car. You know you need to get gas, but because you know how your car works, you break out a pen and pad, calculating the miles you have left. After driving by every gas station going towards your home, you somehow run out of gas. The Creator has his way of reminding you that you have a purpose in life and gives you signs to remind you. But if you ignore those signs because you know what's best for you, you might not. Scratch that. You'll never get there. As my previous episodes were about protecting your dreams and not worrying about the things you can't control, you must not forget why you started your journey in the first place. Life has its way of trying to distract you by placing obstacles in your life, as we talked about in the last couple episodes. But when you look back over the course of your life and you see all the battle stripes you've earned by conquering those adversities, you will see that the possibilities are infinite. Keeping faith in your process and believing in yourself is one of the keys to being successful. It is definitely a task that is easier said than done, but as we look over the things we've accomplished, our confidence grows and we become somewhat invincible. We all ask for greatness, and I'd be lying if I told you that it was an easy trip. But when you feel those walls are closing in on you and you can't go anymore, take a step back to look back over the ground you covered. When you look back over your war wounds and embrace the process, you'll find the extra push to keep going. You don't want the flame to your dreams and desires and passions to die out, because once it does, you've died too young. So with that being said, thank you again for tuning in to the 11th episode of Season 4 of the Roll Up Podcast. It means so much to me that we get to take this journey together. It means a lot to me that we get to grow together. As I've said in a couple episodes back, my aim is to be there to encourage you along your mission and celebrate you through all your victories coming your way. I'm here to remind you of the greatness within you and help you reconnect with your goals. Like I said in the very first unofficial episode of the Season 4, it's you versus you. You decide what happens next. As always, thank you again for tuning up to the Roll Up Podcast. I really appreciate y'all. It means a lot. Campaign going up. It's a lot of shit happening in my life right now that I'm going to get into in Season 5. But there's a lot of shit going on in my life right now. And the fact that I even recorded this episode, I wish I had a blunt to smoke, because I would smoke the hell out of it. Because the pressure's building up. The tension is there. And like I always say, an arrow can only be shot forward by being pulled backwards. So I know everything that's happening in my life is happening for a reason. But I appreciate y'all for tapping in, spending some time with your boy. If you haven't done so, again, please check out the SauceBradyExperience.com. That's the official hub of the Roll Up Podcast. Everything I got going on right now is going to be on there. Follow me on Instagram and Threads at the Roll Up Podcast. My second book on the way, titled You Deserve Better. First book already out, called Here's the Truth. Make sure you check out the Sauce Factory. Get you some drip. Support the Roll Up campaign. And as always, man, y'all have a good day. Hold it down.